Bold Pokemon TCG predictions. Will they come true? Let's look at the numbers. Welcome back to Rob Does Pokemon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Happy New Year to everybody who watches the channel. I hope you have a great one. This video is my first of 2025. It's the start of a new year, but technically, I am recording and editing it on the last day of 2024. And that's partly because I've left it to the last minute and partly because the magic runs out in my crystal ball at the stroke of midnight tonight. So if you guys want to know everything that's going to happen with Umbreon VMAX, with Evolving Skies, with Greninja, with Surging Sparks, then stick around, my friends. I am going to give you the lowdown. Seriously, I'm just drinking some apple juice in my basement here. I wanted to do this video to have a bit of fun. We can look back on this in the future and say, wow, Rob, you did a great job predicting that. Or, dude, that really aged like milk. I love seeing those age like milk comments. They're so original. Anyway, if you guys are up for that, let's have some fun. I got the screen share going. I'm going to give you the lowdown on what's going to happen. So first of all, outside of the Pokemon TCG, but very important, cryptocurrency is going to explode. We are going to see $250,000 Bitcoin. We're going to see Cardano. We're going to see XRP, Solana, all of that stuff come up. It is going to be a crazy year for cryptocurrencies. And the reason is mostly because of all these countries building their reserves based on Bitcoin. But look, regardless of how you feel about he who shall not be named coming into office in the US in 2025, if he even does a fraction of what he promised he would do on cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency will do great. If he does none of it and does a really bad job and the economy starts to tank, cryptocurrency is going to do well. So it's a win-win if you're into crypto. And what the guys who buy crypto and do well in it like to purchase? They like to purchase shiny cardboard. That is what's going to happen, I think, in the Pokemon TCG. Now, as far as predictions go, we're going to go through some sealed product here. We're going to go through some singles. I'm mostly going to focus on modern stuff and ultra modern. I'm not going to go into vintage. Vintage will do just fine. Okay, vintage is going to do great. So let's start off with Evolving Skies. So here we go. Evolving Skies has had a great year. No secret. Booster boxes will continue to do well. I am going to give you my prediction from my crystal ball on this one. $1,500 high, a low of $850. I wrote all the predictions down on my phone. My crystal ball is just in the other room. Then we have Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike, guys, is going to do really, really well this year. This is my spicy take number one for you tonight. Fusion Strike booster boxes have the potential to hit $1,000 in 2025. It is going to be crazy. People have realized they have been sleeping on this set. The booster boxes will do really, really well. I got a low of $340. I mean, look at how well it's doing right now. Lower sales volume on TCG, but look, Fusion Strike is where it's at, guys. Fusion Strike is an incredible set. You can doubt it at your peril. ETBs, another hot take for you, not quite as spicy. ETBs from Sword and Shield will finally have their day in the sun. People who said, oh, ETBs will never go up in price, they're terrible investments. Here's what's going to happen. Guys that need to fund their rip and ship inventories will have no choice but to turn to the lowest cost per pack. And that right now is ETBs and Build and Battle Stadiums, which I will talk about in a sec. They just need packs. They need packs to get through it and say they're ripping Fusion Strike. They would much rather pay less money for those packs by buying the Elite Trainer boxes than the booster boxes. That is what's going to happen, guys. That is going to drive a lot of the market here. And you can already see it. I'll pull up a little bit of a chart at the bottom here. Fusion Strike ETBs are up 30% in the last 3 months alone. And if you don't believe me on that, look at what happened with Evolving Skies Elite Trainer boxes this year. So Evolving Skies, the Elite Trainer boxes over the last 3 months are up somewhere in the region of 27%. If we pull it back over the year, they're up even further, guys. They've really had an absolute stonk of a year. And the cost per pack variance here is very, very important because right now, if you're buying an Elite Trainer box for Evolving Skies, you are technically paying at TCG player current prices more money than per pack than if you're buying it from the booster box for Evolving Skies. You will see the gap bridged on those two. So the ETBs are going to come up as well. Build and Battle Stadiums went out of stock. Build and Battle Stadiums will do well. I'm not plugging Build and Battles as like the next big thing, but for the same reasons the ETBs will come up, that will happen. You've got Fusion Strike already starting to absolutely spike in the last little bit because they just went out of stock. And if you don't believe me here, again, low sales volume, but you'll see, look at what goes on with the Build and Battles for Evolving Skies. People just want the packs inside. Yeah, they display nicely, but they just want the packs. So onwards to Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign is not going to do as well as people think. I'm really sorry. There is something about Chilling Reign that I just don't like, but it's still going to do great. $600 high on booster boxes, a low of $240. And $240 is basically where it's at right now. 253 is kind of the price on TCG Player. Silver Tempest. Some people don't seem to like Silver Tempest. I don't know why that is. It's a great set. I really like it. I predicted it would be around $200 a booster box a couple of weeks ago when it went out of stock, or maybe a month ago, whatever it was. It's almost there. It's pretty much there, 196. And Silver Tempest is going to do great. It'll be really, really well. According to my crystal ball, we have a high of 400, a low of $190. Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars, my friends, is finally getting the respect that it deserves. The respect. Brilliant Stars is crazy, guys. It's going to do great. 550 high, a low of $200. There's the kind of the main booster boxes. I know you guys want to know Darkness Ablaze, but the crystal ball didn't tell me what's going to happen with that one. Celebrations. Yeah, Celebrations, guys, you're going to have it already. Even at $100 roughly in ETB, it's going to double ahead of Pokemon's 30th anniversary, which is coming up 2026. It's going to be good. People will be looking for 25th anniversary product, and this is one to go for. Crown Zenith, final sealed product from Sword and Shield. Crown Zenith Elite Trainer boxes are going to have their day in the sun in 2025. I got to believe that Pokemon have used all the black ink for Crown Zenith they are ever going to want to use. I'm going to have a bit of whiskey here. I got to believe they're not going to print or do any more on Crown Zenith. I really do. Hopefully you guys agree, but leave me a comment right now if you do or you don't. But yeah, I do not think we're going to see any more, and I think these boxes are going to continue to go up. It is so friggin' popular on Rip and Ships. Guys I talk to that run stores on Rip and Ships, this is it. Crown Zenith is a killer set. Make sure you have some of that in your inventory. Over to singles. We're going to look at the top 3 singles from Sword and Shield. I'm not going to go into every single one. My crystal ball wouldn't let me do all of them. Umbreon VMAX. Umbreon VMAX here has had a killer year. We are up somewhere in the region of 161%. This card will keep going, but I don't think it's going to go up as much as people think and as quickly as people think. I think we're looking at $1,600 or so, raw near mint on TCG Player at the end of next year. That's what the crystal ball is telling me. I don't want to argue with the crystal ball. That's what I think we see. I think we see a bit of a slowdown on this card. And I think maybe PSA 10s start to go up, and maybe PSA 11s, which we'll talk about PSA 11s in a sec too. Then there's the Rayquaza and the Gengar, both around $500. I think we're looking at $600 to $700 cards on these. That's what the crystal ball says in raw near mint. So yeah, still a lot of room for growth on these alternate art cards. PSA 11s, guys, I'll talk about PSA 11s very quickly. It's not really a thing, but I'm going to give you a really spicy out there take that, it's just crazy enough that it might just happen. Beckett are in a lot of trouble right now. There's legal stuff going on, all that. I don't want to go into it too much, but if Black Label goes away, if Black Label all of a sudden is done and they don't make any more Black Labels, that has a huge advantage for collectors who already have Black Labels. You know the population is not going to increase on your Black Label cards. I think there is a world in which PSA could say, okay, we need a grade above 10. We need our own Black Label. I call it PSA 11. It probably won't be called that. I think that could happen, guys, and I think that would be absolutely astonishing. You're seeing some of these crazy Black Label prices already, and they are holding because of the population control. There's a very spicy take for you. We could see a grade above PSA 10 by PSA in 2025. Let me know what you think of that. Is that really out there? If I just drank too much whiskey, I think it's a good one. Next up, we're getting into Scarlet and Violet Era. The crystal ball has been very clear on this. We are going to get Scarlet and Violet Era reprints, but we are not going to get enough to satisfy the demand. And Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift will not be revisited. They will not be reprinted. At least that's what the Pokeplumber told me. Pokeplumber Nick, I hope if you see this one, you can weigh in a little bit. Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift are not going to get reprinted. They were kind of before the allocations really got bad, okay? But anyway, what that's going to do, guys, is you are going to see Scarlet and Violet Era sets kind of hold where they are in terms of booster boxes. I don't believe we are going to see a booster box go above $250 in the calendar year of 2025. And that goes for Surging Sparks as well. I'm seeing some guys say like $1,000 booster box of Surging Sparks. Hey, maybe it's possible. Maybe that will be this comment age like milk comment that somebody leaves me, but I'm not seeing it, guys. And the crystal ball has been very clear. Surging Sparks will not break $250 in 2025. So we'll see what happens with that. What it did tell me is V-Star Universe, the Japanese high-class set version of Crown Zenith, will double in price before Surging Sparks does. It might not be in 2025, but this box will double from where it's at around $95, $100 right now before a Surging Sparks booster box does. V-Star is done out. It's done with the printers. Okay, it's not going to print anymore. So that's where that one comes from. Prismatic Evolution. You guys all want to know about Prismatic Evolution. Here's a hot take for you. Prismatic Evolution and 151 will end up being the two best profit-wise, best sets, best whatever you want to say and however you want to evaluate it, of Scarlet and Violet era. We've got some banger sets coming in 2025. Banger sets promised. Hot, spicy take. As excited as I am about 2025, and I think it's going to be a great year, I think Team Rocket is going to disappoint a lot of people, myself included. I don't believe we will see Giovanni's Mewtwo. I don't believe we will see Mewtwo's Mewtwo, which is the card I really want to see out of a Team Rocket set. I don't think it's going to be the be-all and end-all. I do think it's going to be a very good set. But Prismatic, look, if you guys open Terrestrial Festival, it's freaking insane. It is a crazy good set. In English, we've got the Reverse Holo Master Balls confirmed. It's got pretty much everything. It's going to be crazy. The allocations are bad. I think Prismatic is going to be on par. Here's another spicy take. On par for ETBs, regular ETBs, with 151. And that means 151 is going to kind of stagnate. Okay, 151 is going to stagnate in terms of pricing. So we will see just enough inventory come out to keep 151 kind of ticking along while everyone gets distracted by battle partners and Journey Together and, you know, Prismatic Evolution, getting all the stuff they can on that. That's what's going to happen, I think, with 151. And I don't think Blooming Waters is the end. I've seen some people say Blooming Waters is the complete end of the collection boxes for 151. I don't know that. Set's only been out a year and a half. Look at the Crown's Ender stuff they were still piping out until very, very recently. That being said, Pokemon Center ETBs will rule the world. They will rule Scarlet and Violet era at the very least. Pokemon will not go back and print these. They will not give you more inventory on Pokemon Center boxes. They are done. That is what my crystal ball says. And that means that sky-high prices like $300 ETBs from Pokemon Center for 151 will continue to be the norm. I want to be very clear, guys. Do not open your Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes unless you just want to help everybody out. Unless you're grading the stand promo inside, which will continue to do very well in terms of performance. Singles. We're going to get into singles now, guys, and I need a drink for this one because this is a hefty one. So, oh, it's going down nice. Greninja. Greninja, the Pizza King, the Crystal Hat Pikachu, which some people says has an unfinished background, and the Bubble Mew. They will all be above $600 by the end of 2025. The crystal ball has spoken. That is what we are going to see from these cards. We will see them continue to increase. We'll see some new players come in, the Umbreon EX card or the Umbreon Master Ball card. Maybe if we do get Mewtwo's Mewtwo or Giovanni's Mewtwo in Team Rocket as a special illustration rare, maybe that will become the #1 card. But that's what's going to happen. We will see $600 versions of those. The waifus are making a comeback too. I tell you this right now. Poor old Miriam. She's had a rough go. I know. If only we would get a Jessie card by herself. The Lizia's Appeal, I think, would do very well. But wishful thinking aside, I think waifus are actually going to have a decent 2025. Don't bet the farm on them, but I think they're going to see some nice increases from where they are at now. Final prediction, guys. Final prediction of the night. Japanese 151 will hit 150 US a box in 2025, despite at least 2 more reprints for that set in the same calendar year. I don't know when exactly it will be, but don't forget about 151. 151 and V-Star Universe right now, guys, combined with Fusion Strike, if you want to bring English in, are the best investments I think you can make in this space for the long term. Okay, I'm just telling you guys that right now. They are the best investments I think you guys can make. I've got a couple of very quick shout outs for you guys. Very, very quick shout outs before we wrap up. First of all, Peter Tran, you bought a card from me on Facebook Marketplace, a Umbreon VMAX. Really appreciate you buying it. You said you didn't know if it was me or not for real. Consider this your shout out, my friend. Thank you for bidding that card up. Take good care of that Umbreon VMAX. And somebody reached out to me from American Card Company over Instagram. They sell on TikTok. They're trying to grow their store. They didn't give me any money. This isn't sponsored. Go and check these guys out. I'll leave a link. Go and leave a screenshot. I said I'd give them a shout out. I'll always try and help guys out if they need a little extra help to grow their stuff or whatever help I can give on my little channel. Final shout out is to all of you guys for helping me to reach our goal to support sick kids. We smashed our $1,000 target. I'm really, really proud of what we did, guys. I'm going to run through everybody's name here, the people who donated, no matter what amount. It's really, really cool to see what we did as a community, for the hobby, for these kids. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for the year, guys. I don't know what to expect when I started YouTube. I thought it would be fun, a little bit of extra. It's been a tough year in some respects, some of the stuff that's happened to me. But this has been a real lot of fun. I really enjoy reading the comments. The people who reach out to me and say that they've learned something from my videos or I've entertained them or made them laugh. That's really cool. And I will continue to make content into 2025 to the best of my ability. So thank you guys. 7,000 subs from nothing in a year. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Happy New Year. I hope all of your dreams come true in 2025. Until next time, take it easy.